The word is for, and that means to blow air into an instrument. And the sentence is for opikaho, which means blow that trumpet. That's what we bring to you today, a complete lesson on Igbo verbs and their usage. We encourage you to watch this video to the very end, and you'll be glad you did. Let's go to class right away. I am the Igbo tutor, Onye Nkuzi Igbo.
You're welcome to class. Let's begin right away. No. We're beginning with the first verb, which is banye. Banye means, as you can see from the color code, enter. Banye, enter. And the sentence is banye n'ime ụlọ. Banye n'ime ụlọ, which means enter inside the house. Banye n'ime ụlọ. Second one is bia, the second verb, bia. As you can see, bia means come. And the sentence is bia eba ọsịsọ. Some will call it ọsọsọ. All the same. Bia eba ọsịsọ, which means come here quickly. Come here quickly. We move to the third verb, which is bite. From the color, you see that bite means borrow. Bite means borrow. And the sentence is bite ego n'ọba ego, which means borrow money from the bank. Bite ego n'ọba ego. We move to the third verb, which is binye. This is about the opposite of bite, is binye. Binye is lend, as you can see from the color code. And the sentence is biko binyem ego, which means please lend me money. Biko binyem ego, please lend me money. We go to the fifth verb, and the word here is bipu. Bipu, from the color you see, bipu means cut off. Cut off. Let's see the sentence. Bipu isi ọkụkọ. Bipu isi ọkụkọ, which means cut off the chicken's head, or the head of the chicken, as the case may be. Bipu isi ọkụkọ. Let's move on now. And the sixth verb we're having is biri. Biri, which means leave or to leave. We can call it biri or biri or the same, depending on how you want to use it. In this case, this pronunciation here is biri, which is leave or to leave. Now the sentence. Osiani biri ebe a. Osiani biri ebe a, which means he asked us to live here. He asked us to live here. We move on to verb number 7. And the word here is buru. Buru. From the color, you see that buru means carry. Carry. We use this when we are talking about heavy load, something heavy, not a light thing. Now, the sentence. Buru akpa gị pụọ. Buru akpa gị pụọ. That's the sentence we have here, which means carry your bag away or carry your bag out, or the same. Buru akpa gị pụọ. Go to verb number 8. And what we have is bute. Some we prefer to call it waiter, but all the same. But the difference here is that when we use waiter, we are referring to something lighter. But when it's heavier, we use bute, carry. This one can simply mean take or bring. But this is carry. We refer to something heavy. So let's look at the sentence. Bute akpa gị ebe a, which means carry your bag here or bring your bag here. Bute akpa gị ebe a. If we just say weta akpa gị ebe a, you just bring your bag. Probably the bag is empty, so you just bring it, right? But if it's heavy, you have to use bute, carry as a load. We move on to verb number 9. And what we have here is bubiga or buffet, as the case may be. From the color, you see that bubiga means carry across. Carry across. Bubiga. We now take the sentence, and we have bubiga ya n'okporo ụzọ. Bubiga ya okporo ụzọ, which means carry it across the road. From the color, you can see that okporo ụzọ is road, especially major road or express. Bubiga ya okporo ụzọ, carry it across the road. We go to verb number 10. And the word here is che. Che. From the color, you see that che means think. Think. And the sentence is che makaya. Che makaya. chee maka ya, which means think about it. Think about it. Chee maka ya. Let's move on to verb number 11. And the word here is chere. Chere. From the color, you see that chere means wait. Chere means wait. Now the sentence. Cherem eba. Cherem eba. Which means wait for me here. Cherem eba. We'll move on to number 12 verb. And the word here is cheta. Cheta. From the color, you see that cheta means remember. Cheta, remember. And the sentence now. Cheta ihe ahụ. Cheta ihe ahụ. Cheta ihe ahụ, which means remember that thing. Pay attention to the colors of our sentences, the color of each word. We use it to guide you, to give you an idea of the individual meaning of each word. None of our videos you will watch and learn just one thing. We make it in such a way that you will learn multiple things at a time. You learn the meaning of each word, how to construct sentences and phrases. So this is the unique nature of our video. So pay attention to the colors. We guide you by the colors. So let's move on here. Number 13 verb is chipu. Chipu. And then this means pack away. Chipu. Pack away. Don't mind that they are not in the same position, but that is actually the meaning. Chipu. Pack away. And now let's look at the sentence. Chipu akwa ahụ n'anwụ. Chipu akwa ahụ n'anwụ, which means pack those clothes or that cloth or those clothes away from sun. You can see from the color that sun is anwụ here, right? Chipu akwa ahụ n'anwụ. Pack those clothes away from sun. We'll move on to number 14th verb. And the word is chute. Chute. From the color, you see that chute means fetch, as we do for water or other liquids. Chute. Now we'll take the sentence. Ga chute mmiri n'ọgba. Ga chute mmiri n'ọgba. Okay, go fetch water from the pond. From the color, you can see that ọgba is pond. This is to help you further. Ga chute mmiri n'ọgba. Go fetch water from the pond. We'll move to number 15th verb, which is chilite. Chilite. What is this? Chilite means gather and carry up or gather up. It's always used for carrying up pieces of things that's more than 1 or 2 or 3 in number. So you gather them and carry them up. It's also used for carrying something that is that's long and need to be gathered together like rope or long object like snake. In this case, we use snake. We say chilite agwa ahụ. Chilite agwa ahụ, which means gather up that snake. Snake is long. You need to gather it together to be able to carry it up, right? Chilite agwa ahụ. Gather up that snake. We move on to 16th verb, and this is da. Da, from the color, you can see that da means fall. Da means fall. And now the sentence, ekwela ka ọ daa. Ekwela ka ọ daa. Don't let it fall. Ekwela. Some will prefer to use ekwena. They will replace this L with N. Ekwena. Some people use that, especially those that are from Anambra in Igbo land, Anambra state. They will prefer to use ekwena instead of ekwela. Okay, but ekwela is the central Igbo actually. So don't let it fall. Move on to number 17th verb. And the verb here is danye. Danye. From the color, you can see that danye is fall into. Fall into. Now the sentence. Mee ka ọ danye na nkata. Mee ka ọ danye na nkata. Cause it to fall into the basket. Of course, from the color, you can see that nkata is basket. Mee ka ọ danye na nkata. Cause it to fall into the basket. We move on to number 18. And the verb is de. De. You can see from the color that de means write. Write. Now the sentence. Dee ya n'akwụkwọ. Dee ya n'akwụkwọ, which means write it in the book. Write it in book. Right? Dee ya n'akwụkwọ. Write it in the book. We'll move on to the 19th verb, which is duru. Duru. Okay. Pay attention. The next one may have dot under. It sounds differently from this one. This is duru, which means lead from the color code. Lead.
Thank you for learning with us. But do you know that this particular video you are watching has ebook that comes with both text and audio? In that case, you buy the ebook for price of one, and you have both the text and the voice of the teacher always with you. In fact, one payment gives you permanent lifetime access to both the text and the audio voice of the teacher. So you have a double advantage. That will give you a mileage in your Igbo language learning. It's not just this video, but other videos in this channel have been reduced to ebook, and you can find all of them in our store. How do we get to the store? Just dive into the description box of this video below. You will find a link to our store. Click on it and you will get access to all our books. Buy any of them today, and I can assure you, you'll be glad you did. So do that right now. Let's go on with this lesson. Emailer.
Now the sentence. Duruha ga-ahia. Duruha ga-ahia. Now you see the colors again. Ahia is market, as you can see here. So Duruha ga-ahia is lead them to market, or lead them to the market, or lead them to go market, right? We move on to verb number 20. Dupue is a verb. Dupue, dupue, from the color you can see that dupue means pierce, especially using a sharp object. Pierce it. Dupue. Let's take the sentence now. Were ube dupue ya. Were ube dupue ya. Pierce it with javelin. From the color, you need to already know that ube means javelin. Okay? Pierce it with javelin. Were ube dupue ya. Move on to number 21, which is dopo. I told you when the U has dot under, the sound changes. It's a different alphabet entirely. The other one we consider is dupue. Of course, you remember when I told you that. Let's just go back a little bit to that. Now you can see I told you that duru or dupue, this is U without dot under, is u. But when it comes with dot under, it becomes o lighter. So this is dopo, right? This is dopo, which means force something out of another thing. So in this case, let's take the sentence. Dopo anyuike nanko. Dopo anyuike nanko, which means force the axe out of the wood. Force the axe out of the wood. From the color, you already know that anyuike means axe. Okay, we move on now to 22 verb. And the verb is fanye. Fanye. What is that? Look at the meaning here by the color. Fanye means squeeze, especially squeeze into something else, right? The sentence now. Fanye onwegi n'ime. Fanye onwegi n'ime. What is that? Squeeze yourself inside. Squeeze yourself. The same way you can squeeze any other thing into a particular enclosure. We move on now to 23. The verb is fopu. Some would prefer to call it hopu, replacing F with H, as the case may be. Fopu or hopu, or both are correct. Now, fopu means pull out or pull up, whichever one you think is better for you. Pull out or pull up. Now the sentence. Fopu ahihia n'ubi. Fopu ahihia n'ubi, which means pull up or pull out weeds from the farm or in the farm. Pull out weeds. Fopu ahihia n'ubi. We move on now to 24, and the verb is fe. Fe means fly. From the color code, you can see that fly. Now the sentence. Achorom ka ofe. Achorom ka ofe. I want it to fly. Achorom ka ofe. I want it to fly. Right? Move on now to verb number 25. And the verb is for. What is this? For means blow. As to blow air into an instrument, or to blow a balloon, make it to, inflate. So we now take the sentence. For opiike ahụ. For opiike ahụ. What is that? Blow that trumpet. Of course, you can see that opiike is trumpet from the color. So pay attention to that. We move on, and we're looking at number 26, and that is ga, not ga not one A, but double A. You draw it. Ga. What does that mean? Go. Go to somewhere. Now, we take the sentence. Ka anyị gaa ugbo. Ka anyị gaa ugbo, which is let us go to farm. Of course, you can see from the color that ugbo is farm. Don't miss that. Always pay attention to the colors. They will guide you so much. Ka anyị gaa ugbo. Let us go to farm. We move on to 27. Gabiga. Some will prefer to use gafe instead of gabiga. Whichever you use is correct. But that means pass over. Gabiga, pass over. We take the sentence now. Ka anyị gabiga akwa mmiri. Ka anyị gabiga akwa mmiri, which means let us pass over the bridge. Let us pass over the bridge. Of course, you can see what bridge means by the color, akwa mmiri. Move on to 28 now. 28 is gopo, that is the verb. Gopo. What does that mean? Gopo means excuse yourself, to excuse oneself, excuse yourself, or, escape by way of giving excuses. So we take the sentence. Gịnị ka iji gopu onwe gị? Gịnị ka iji gopu onwe gị? Why do you excuse yourself? Why do you excuse yourself? We'll move on to 29. And the verb is gee ntị. Gee ntị. What is that? Gee ntị from the color means listen. Listen. What is the sentence? Gee ntị n'akụkọ a. Gee ntị n'akụkọ a, which means listen to the story. Of course, you can see from the color that akụkọ is story. From here, gee ntị n'akụkọ a, listen to this story. We move to verb number 30. And the verb is gụọ. Gụọ, from the color, you can see that gụọ means read. Read. Now the sentence. Biko gụọ akwụkwọ gị. Biko gụọ akwụkwọ gị, which means please read your book. Please read your book. Biko gụọ akwụkwọ gị. Please read your book. 31. And the verb is gụe. 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 Look at the word. It means dig. Dig. That is gụọ from the color. Now the sentence. Ngwa gụọ ala. Ngwa gụọ ala. Some will also change this O to this E, replace it with O. It sounds gụọ, all the same. Gụọ ala. Ngwa gụọ ala, which means now, dig the ground. Ngwa gụọ ala. We'll move on to 32. And what is the verb here? The verb is gụpụta. Gụpụta, not gụpụta. Gụpụta. Please mind that. If it doesn't have a dot on, that becomes gụpụta. But in this case, it's gụpụta. Now, the word meaning is count apart, separate by counting, okay, from the rest of the number. Now we have the sentence. Gụpụta mmadụ ise. Gụpụta mmadụ ise, which means count apart 5 people, or count 5 people apart. Separate them by counting the number out of the rest of the people. We'll move on to verb number 33. What is that? We have ba also. Ba also. By the color, you can see that ba also means run. Run. And the sentence is Ọ sịrị m ba also. Ọ sịrị m ba also. He asked me to run. He asked me to run. Ọ sịrị m ba also. Move further to 34. And the verb is gbagbuo. Gbagbuo. Gbagbuo by the color means shoot to death. Shoot dead or shoot to death. And the sentence is O ji egbe gbagbuo ya. O ji egbe gbagbuo ya, which means he shot him dead with gun. He shot him dead with gun. Let the colors guide you on the individual word meaning. We move on to 35. And the word is bapu. 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 Bapu by the color means run away. Run away. That's bapu. And the sentence is ekwela ka ha bapu. Ekwela ka ha bapu. Don't let them run away. Ekwela ka ha bapu. We move on to the next verb, 36. and that is bopota. Please listen to the sound. Bopota. Bopota means vomit. Vomit. And the sentence is meeka obopotaya. Meeka obopotaya. Cause him or her to vomit it. Cause him or her to vomit it, whatever it is. Number 37. Bue. Bue. This simply means kill by the color code. Kill. The sentence now. Bue ọkụkọ ahụ. Bue ọkụkọ ahụ. Kill that chicken. Kill that chicken. That is an instruction. Bue ọkụkọ ahụ. Move to 38, and this is butue. Butue. Butue by the color means cut down, as we do for tree or other object that obstruct us. Butue, cut down. Now the sentence. Butue osisi ukua. Butue osisi ukua, which means cut down this big tree. Cut down the big tree. Butue osisi ukua. Now we're moving on to number 39, which is bochie. Bochie. Bochie by the color means prevent. Prevent. Let's have the sentence. Bochie ha ilu ọgụ. Bochie ha ilu ọgụ, which means prevent them from fighting. Of course, you can see ilu ọgụ is fighting from here. We move on to number 40, and the verb is basa. Basa. Please, you have to draw this enough. Basa to give the right sound. Basa means spread out or spread. Now the sentence. Basa akagi abụọ. Basa akagi abụọ, which means spread your two hands. Spread your two hands. Verb number 41. And the word is ria. 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 Ria means sow. Sow. Now the sentence. Ka anyị ghaa mkpụrụ. Ka anyị ghaa mkpụrụ, which means let us sow seed. Ka anyị ghaa mkpụrụ. We move to 42. And the verb is ghọta. Ghọta. Now this means pluck up or harvest the fruit. Always used for fruit. Okay? We now give the sentence. Ghọta mkpụrụ osisi ahụ. Mkpụrụ osisi is fruit, as you can see from the color. Ghọta mkpụrụ osisi ahụ. Pluck that fruit. Pluck that fruit. We move on. And the next is ghọgbue. 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 By the color, you see that ghọgbue means cheat. To cheat someone. Now let's have the sentence. Ekwela ka ọ ghọgbue gị. Ekwela ka ọ ghọgbue gị. Don't let him cheat you. Ekwela ka ọ ghọgbue gị. Move on to 44. And the verb is ghọpụta. Please pay attention to the sound. Ghọpụta. Ghọpụta, which means scoop out. Scoop out, as we do for liquid or other, semi-solid things that are stuck into a particular enclosure. In this case, we are using coconut. They covered by the shell or stuck to the shell. So we have to scoop it out, and that's when we use wopota. The sentence is wopota akụ bekee na zoya. Wopota akụ bekee na zoya. Scoop out coconut from its shell. Of course, you look at the colors, they will guide you. Number 45. We're talking about gwa. Gwa. Gwa means tell. Tell. Now the sentence. Gwa ya ihe mere. Gwa ya ihe mere, which means tell him or her what happened. Gwa ya ihe mere. Tell him what happened. 46. Gwo. Gwo is not just gwo, but gwo. Now the sentence. The gwo means heal, as you can see from the color. The sentence now. Ka ọgwụ gwọm. Ka ọgwụ gwọm. Let this medicine heal me. Let this medicine heal me. Ka ọgwụ gwọm. Number 47 is guputa. Guputa. Look at the sound now. There's no dot under this place. It's no more guputa, but now guputa. Now guputa means dig out. Dig out from somewhere, from the ground, from anywhere. Dig out. Now the sentence. Gwupụta ji ahụ n'ala. Gwupụta ji ahụ n'ala. Dig out the yam from the ground or from ground. Gwupụta ji ahụ n'ala. We move to 48. And the word is gumie. 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 By the color, you see that gumie means dig deep. Dig deep. Okay? Gumie, as a sentence now. Gumie olulu ahụ. Gumie olulu ahụ, which means dig the hole deep. Dig the hole deep. Okay, move to 49. And the verb is hapu. Hapu. Hapu means get off or leave, as the case may be. Leave or get off. Okay? Now the sentence. Hapum aka. Hapum aka, which means get your hands off me or leave me alone, or the same. Hapum aka, leave me alone or get your hands off me. Both are correct. Number 50. Hazie. Hazie, that's a verb. And the meaning is organize. Organize. Now we take the sentence. Hazie ezinụlọ gị. Hazie ezinụlọ gị, which means organize your family. Organize your family. Move on from here. And the next is horror. 51. Horror. And the meaning is choose. Choose. Horror. Let's go. Not taking the sentence. We'll go back to that. The sentence is horror nke ịchọrọ. Horror nke ịchọrọ, which means choose the one you want or you like. Choose the one you like or you want. Horror nke ịchọrọ. We move on to 52, which is hụ. Hụ. Hụ means see. See. The sentence now. Bịa hụ ya ebe a. Bịa hụ ya ebe a, which means come see it here. Come see it here. Bịa hụ ya ebe a. Another sentence, another verb 53 is hie ụra. Hie ụra. Hie ụra. This means sleep or go to bed. Go to sleep or sleep. The sentence. Gaa hie ụra ugbu a. Some would prefer to use gaa hie ụra kịta. Kịta. But the most acceptable one is ugbu a. Gaa hie ụra ugbu a, which means go sleep now. Go to sleep now. Gaa hie ụra ugbu a. Move on to 54. We have the verb here, je or ga, as the case may be. Je or ga, which means go. Go or go to. Now the sentence. Ka anyị jee ahịa. Some would prefer to use ka anyị gaa ahịa, whichever is correct. The sentence in English, let us go to market. Let us go to market. Ka anyị jee ahịa or ka anyị gaa ahịa. 55. Jerue is a verb. Jerue. Jerue means get to a particular destination. This time around. Jerue, get to that place. Jerue ebe ahụ. Now the sentence. Ka anyị jerue ebe ahụ. Ka anyị jerue ebe ahụ. Probably to go and find out what happened. Let us get to that place. Let us get to that place. Ka anyị jerue ebe ahụ. We move on down to 56. And the verb is jekuru. Jekuru. Some will say jekuru. But I think this is the right one. Jekuru, which means go meet somebody. Go meet somebody. Go meet somebody. Jekuru. The sentence. Jekuru nwanne gị na America. Jekuru nwanne gị na America. Which means go meet your relation in America. Jekuru nwanne gị na America. We move on to 57. And the verb is jide. Jide. Jide means hold. Hold. Now, the sentence. Jide ego a nke ọma. Jide ego a nke ọma. Okay? Which means hold this money well. Hold this money well. We can also say debe, but the difference between debe and jide is that debe means keep and protect. Jide is hold it with your hand, right? But debe is you can keep it in your house, keep it in a safe place, debe ya. But jide is hold with your hand, probably. Hold it with your hand, jide ya. Is the better use for that. We move to 58. Now 58 is jụọ. Jụọ, what is the meaning? Jụọ means ask from the color code. Now the sentence. Jụọ ajụjụ gị. Jụọ ajụjụ gị, which means ask your question. From the color, you can see that ajụjụ means question. We'll move on from here. 59. Jụ. 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 The word means feel. Feel from the color. Now the sentence. Mee ka mmiri jụ ite ahụ. This mmiri here, the spelling is wrong, is a little bit wrong. The N here was added in error, it's typographical error. So mmiri does not have N at the end. Please don't be confused. It's mmiri, double M-I-R-I. That's mmiri. Mee ka mmiri jụ ite ahụ, which means cause water to fill the pot or fill the pot with water. Now we move on to number 60. Jụ. Now look at the difference between this and that. Jụ, you without dot under. U, now the same spelling but different. Jụ, you with dot under is pronounced as O. The other one is pronounced as U. Jụ, and this one is Jụ. You can see the difference between the two. Now, Jụ is refuse. Refuse. The sentence. Ha wee jụ ịbịa. Ha wee jụ ịbịa, which means then they refused to come. They then refused to come, or then they refused to come. Ha wee jụ ịbịa. We move on. The next one, 61, is kabue. Kabue. What is the meaning of kabue? It means cancel. Cancel. Now let's go to the sentence. Biko kabue njem ahụ. Biko kabue njem ahụ, which means please cancel the journey or cancel that journey, as the case may be. Biko kabue njem ahụ. You can also use it for canceling what is written in the book. Biko kabue ihe idere. Cancel what you have written, or whichever one you want to use it for. The next verb is kele. Kele is not kele, it's kele. How to draw it. And the word means greet. Greet. Now the sentence. Kele ezinụlọ gị. Kele ezinụlọ gị, which means greet your family. Kele ezinụlọ gị. 63. We have kulite. 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 That means carry up. Carry up. Carry up. The sentence. Kulite obele nwa ahụ. We always use this word for carrying up children. Kulite obere nwa ahụ. You can use it for adult also, but that is only when the adult is sick. You can use that, which means carry the child up, right? Kulite. We move on to 64, which is verb number 64 is kurume. Kurume. Kurume, which means breathe. Take a breath. Take a breath. Or rest is also used for rest. Have a rest. Okay. The sentence is kweka okurume. Kweka okurume. Allow him breathe or allow him rest. Both are used for the same thing. Okay. But if it is rest, we also use zurike. Zurike, that's the best for rest. But this kurume is take a breath. Okay. We go to 65. 65 is kparịta ụka. Kparịta ụka. This means discuss. Discuss. The sentence. Ka anyị kparịta ụka. Ka anyị kparịta ụka. Let us discuss. Let's have a discussion. Kparịta ụka. 66 is kpọọ. Kpọọ, which means call. Call. Now we'll have the sentence. Kpọọ ya dike n'agha. Kpọọ ya dike n'agha. Calling him mighty in battle. Kpọọ ya dike n'agha. We always use this to praise our God, right? 67. The verb is kpafue. Kpafue. And the meaning of that is wander away. Wander away. Now the sentence. Ekwela ka ọ kpafue. Ekwela ka ọ kpafue. Which means don't let him wander away. Ekwela ka ọ kpafue. Move on, continue with the alphabet P. And the next verb using that is kpuchie. Kpuchie. And that means cover. Cover. The sentence. Kpuchie ite ofe gị. kpuchie ite ofe gị, which means cover your soup pot. The color will guide you on the meaning of ite ofe. Cover your soup pot. Kpuchie ite ofe gị. We'll move on to 69. The next verb is bezie. Bezie. Bezie means reconcile, especially two people at war or in disagreement, family, husband and wife, whoever. Bezie. Now the sentence. Bezie ha abụọ. Bezie ha abụọ is not compulsory, it must be two people. It may be more than that. So, as many as the people that are quarreling, you settle and reconcile them. Bezie ha. Okay? Reconcile two of them. Bezie ha abụọ. We'll move on to 70. And the verb is hue. Hue. Hue means say, say, okay, or speak. Now the sentence, hue ihe mere. Hue ihe mere, which means say what happened. Say what happened. Hue ihe mere. We move to verb number 71. The verb is kwere. Kwere, as you can see, the meaning is believe. Believe. Sentence now. Kwere okwu Chineke. Kwere okwu Chineke, which means believe God's word. Believe God's word. Kwere okwu Chineke. We move to 72. And the verb here is kwuo. Kwuo, not hue, but kwuo. Okay? Now the word is pay. Kwuo, pay. Pay, as you pay money, as you pay your debt. Now let's take the sentence. Kwuo ya narị naira. Kwuo ya narị naira. Nari, as you can see from the color, is 100. It's a number. Nari, 100. Okay, naira is our currency, Nigeria currency. But we spell it in Igbo, naira. Okay, here is spelled in English. Move. So, kwuo ya nari naira, which means pay him 100 naira. Move on from here. 73. Verb is lay. Lay from the color means see. See. Now the sentence. Bịa lee ya ebe a. Bịa lee ya ebe a, which means come see it here. Come see it here. Bịa lee ya ebe a. We move on now. The next verb is laghachi. Laghachi, which means return or go back. Okay, the sentence now. Laghachi ụlọ ugbu a. Laghachi ụlọ ugbu a, which means return home now. Now match the colors for individual word meaning. Laghachi ụlọ ugbu a, return home now. We move to 73. And the verb is lụọ. Lụọ. Lụọ means marry, as you do for a wife or a husband. Lụọ, marry. The sentence. Biko gaa lụọ nwanyị or gaa lụọ nwunye. Biko gaa lụọ nwunye. Please go marry a wife. Go marry a wife. You are up to that. Biko gaa lụọ nwunye. Please go marry a wife. We move on now. Next verb, 76, is makụọ. Makụọ, after marrying. You have a right to do this. Or embrace somebody else. We call it embrace. Makụọ, embrace. Okay, the sentence. Ngwa makụọ nwunye gị. Ngwa makụọ nwunye gị. Now, embrace your wife. Embrace your wife now. Number 77, mechie is the verb. Mechie, what is that? It means close. Close. Now the sentence. Mechie ọnụ ụzọ ọsịsọ. Some will say ọsọ ọsọ. All the same. Mechie ọnụ ụzọ ọsịsọ, which means close the door quickly. Close the door quickly. Move on from here. And the next verb is mebie. Mebie, what is this? The verb means spoil, spoil, or destroy. Now the sentence. Ekwela ka o mebie ya. Ekwela ka o mebie ya. Don't let him spoil it. Ekwela ka o mebie ya. Some will say ekwena ka o mebie ya, especially my Anambra people. Ekwena ka o mebie ya. We move on to number 79. Megide. Megide. Now this means go against. Go against. Now the sentence. Ka anyị megide ha. Ka anyị megide ha, which means let us go against them. Ka anyị megide ha. Now we move on to number 80. The verb is mefue. Mefue. This means spent. Spent. Okay? Now the sentence. Gaa mefuo ego n'isi nwunye gị. Gaa mefuo ego n'isi nwunye gị. Some would just say gaa mee ego. Gaa mee ego for short. Okay? Which means go spend money on your wife. It's another way of saying go and pay your wife's bride price. That's how we say it. Gaa mee ego n'isi nwunye gị. That's the Igbo way of saying it, right? We move to number 81. The verb here is mụta, mụta, which means learn from the color. Learn. Now the sentence. Achọrọ m ka ha mụta ihe. Achọrọ m ka. No, we've not finished with this. Achọrọ m ka ha mụta ihe, which means I want them to learn something. Achọrọ m ka ha mụta ihe. We are moving on here now. And the next, we're moving to the next one. Achọrọ m ka ha mụta ihe. That is the one we have dealt with. Now, we are moving on to number 82. Please bear with me. We'll go to number 82. And the verb is munye. Munye. Munye means light up, as we do for candle, as we do for cooking materials. And the sentence is gaa munye ọkụ n'ekwu. Gaa munye ọkụ n'ekwu, which means go light up the cooker. Gaa munye ọkụ n'ekwu. We move on from there to number 83. And the verb is palie. Palie. And palie means lift. Lift. Let's take the sentence. Palie ya elu. Palie ya elu, which means lift it up. Palie ya elu. We move to number 84. And the verb is pinye. 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 Pinye means press into, as we do for liquid or any other thing like that, or even semi-solid things, we press it into something else. Now let's look at the sentence. Pinye ọgwụ n'anyam. Pinye ọgwụ n'anyam, which means press medicine into my eyes. Pinye ọgwụ n'anyam. Number 85. What is the verb here? Is pụta. Pụta. What does it mean? Come out. Come out. And the sentence now. Pụta n'ebe ahụ. Pụta n'ebe ahụ. Come out from that place. Pụta n'ebe ahụ. Because some will just simply say pụta ebe ahụ. Pụta ebe ahụ. Come out from there. Okay? We move to 86. And the verb is rie. Rie. Which means eat, from the color. Eat. And the sentence is bịa ka anyị rie nri. Bịa ka anyị rie nri, which means come, let us eat food. Bịa ka anyị rie nri. The next 87 is rafue. Rafue means deceive. Deceive. Now the sentence. Ekwela ka ha rafue gị. Ekwela ka ha rafue gị. Don't let them deceive you. Do not let them deceive you. Ekwena or ekwela ka ha rafue gị. 88. The verb is re. Re. Re, which means sell. Sell. And the sentence now. Ree ya puku naira ano. Of course, if you have been following our numbers, you will know that puku means 1,000. Okay? Puku means 1,000. So if I say ree ya puku naira ano, I'm saying sell it 4,000 naira. Okay? We move on to 89. And the verb is say. Say, which means tell or ask. Okay? Or say. All are correct for this. Now the sentence. Siya bia eba. Siya bia eba. Which means tell him to come here or ask him to come here. Okay? Siya bia eba. Tell him or ask him to come here. We move on to number 90. And the verb is sie. The verb is sie. Sie means cook. Cook. That is sie. Now let's take the sentence. Sie nri ahụ n'oge. Sie nri ahụ n'oge. Which means cook the food or that food on time. Cook that food on time. Sie nri ahụ n'oge. Number 91. Sacha is a verb. Sacha, this is double A, draw it. Sacha, which means wash, wash. And the sentence now. Were ncha sacha akwa gị. Were ncha sacha akwa gị. Match the color to know the individual meaning. Wash your clothes with soap. Soap is ncha, as you can see. Okay? Were ncha sacha akwa gị. Wash your clothes with soap. We move to 92. And the verb is suode. Suode. This means mourn, either for in pain or for pleasure. Mourn, or the same. Suode. The sentence is O mere m suode. O mere m suode. He made me mourn, or he caused me to mourn. Okay. Now we move on to verb number 93. And the verb here is tinye. Tinye. And the meaning of that is put into. Alright? Or put in. The sentence now. Tinye nri na afere. Tinye nri na afere, which means put food in the plate or into the plate. Tinye nri na afere. Okay, verb number 94. Tufue is a verb. Tufue. Tufue. What is that? Throw away. Like tufue. Throw away. The sentence now. Kam tufue ya. Kam tufue ya. Let me throw it away. Kam tufue ya. Verb number 95. Yinye. Yinye. This means put on, as we do for clothes or any other thing we put on our body. Now we take the sentence. Yinye akpụkpọ ụkwụ gị. Yinye akpụkpọ ụkwụ gị. As you can see from the color, akpụkpọ ụkwụ means shoe or footwear generally. This is what we call akpụkpọ ụkwụ, just like saying skin of the foot. Okay, now the sentence. Yinye akpụkpọ ụkwụ gị. Put on your shoe or shoes, as the case may be. Number 96. The verb is yipu. The opposite of yinye is yipu, which is put off. Put off. The sentence is yipu uwe gị. Yipu uwe gị. Put off your clothes. Put off your clothes. Yipu uwe gị. We move to 97, and the verb is yocha. Yocha. By this color, you see that means sieve. Sieve. And the sentence is yocha osikapa ahụ nke ọma. Yocha osikapa ahụ nke ọma. Sieve that rice well. Of course, you can see from the color that osikapa is rice. Okay. Move on to 98, and the verb is za. Za. Za means answer. Answer. And the sentence. Zam oku osiso. Zam oku osiso. Answer my call quickly, or answer me quickly. Zam osiso. 99. We have zipu. Zipu. And zipu means send out, send away. Now the sentence. Zipu ndị ozi ugbu a. Zipu ndị ozi ugbu a, which means send out messengers now. From the color, you see that ndị ozi are messengers. Now we go to number 100, which is zota. Zota. What does that mean? Buy. Buy. Now the sentence. Osim zota azụ. Osim zota azụ. He asked me to buy fish. Osim zota azụ. Congratulations for staying put to the end of this lesson. I know it's long, but it's beneficial to you, and I congratulate you for going the whole length to this point, and I appreciate you. Please take your time to look through this again, listen to it over and over until you master them. I can assure you, if you can master all these verbs and all these sentences, you would have gone very far in your Igbo language learning journey. So thank you for doing this with us. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so now. And we also plead with you to share this video and recommend it to your friends to come with us. And even on the screen now are a few videos we selected that we know will be beneficial to you. Click on either of them, watch now, and they thank us later. Emailer. See you in the next video. Que